Hello everybody, my name is Kara, and today I'm here with my Middle Grade Magic TBR. So if you haven't already heard, Middle Grade Magic is a readathon that I'm hosting along with some wonderful friends of mine, Kelly from Cozy Reader Kelly, Yvette from Book Cave, and Kier from Kier the Scrivener. I will link all of their information down below, as well as my announcement video for this readathon. And basically it's a readathon about loving and celebrating and supporting middle grade literature, and specifically about combating some stereotypes that people might have about it, or that publishers kind of encourage about it as an age range, and that's the theme for the readathon. And now I'm going to be talking about the books that I plan to read during the readathon, which is from July 14th through July 24th. So you still have time to join in if you haven't heard about it yet. So the first challenge is find your favorite, and that is to read a middle grade book that is from your favorite genre or favorite kind of book. And my favorite genre is fantasy, and specifically one of my favorite kinds of fantasy or kinds of books is retellings. And I will be reading Midsummer's Mayhem by Rajani LaRocca. This is a retelling of A Midsummer Night's Dream that is of course middle grade, and it has a lot of baking, baking going on, and I think, is it baking magic maybe? Which is something I've discovered I love after the Love Sugar Magic series. And I am just so looking forward to this. This is actually one of my most anticipated releases for the year, and I just forgot to put it in that video. So I'm really looking forward to getting to this. The second challenge is Sugar and Spice, and that is to read a middle grade book that handles a serious or heavy topic. And I'm going to go with The Turnaway Girls by Haley Chewins. The topic that it handles is feminism and sexism, and I know Shelby from Read and Find Out, she really enjoyed this book. She might have even highlighted it in one of her favorites of the year videos. And this is about our main character who lives in a society where the girls are called turnaway girls, and I think they just have to provide background for the musicians in their world. It's like a very musical kind of fantasy environment, I think, and they're not allowed, I think they're not allowed to sing. They can only be background for the other performers, and it's about how she wants more than that, and I am just really looking forward to this one. I've wanted to read it since Shelby talked about it, so it's about time. The third challenge is Boosting Voices, and that is to read an Own Voices middle grade book, and I will be reading When the Mountain Meets the Moon by Grace Lynn. This is the second kind of companion book, I think, in her series. I loved the first one I read from her, and I don't know too much about this one, but I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it. This one also has beautiful full color illustrations, and this book is inspired by Chinese folklore that Grace Lynn grew up with, so I am just really looking forward to this. The fourth challenge is Bend the Rules, and that is to read a book that doesn't quite fit into the middle grade definitions, or some of the middle grade definitions that you tend to hear. And for that one, I will be rereading The Atlantis Complex by Owen Colfer. This is the 7th book in the Artemis Fowl series, which is of course part of our ongoing Artemis Fowl read-along, and this one fits into this challenge because the Artemis Fowl series is categorized as middle grade in most cases, but the later books feel more like YA, and that's something the age range designation system is really not set up to handle series that aren't completely one thing or the other, so that's why I've chosen it for this one. I will actually be hosting the live show for this book when we hopefully figure out what to do now that YouTube is taking away Google Hangouts. Thanks, YouTube. So hopefully that will work. And the fifth challenge is Reader's Choice, and that is to read any middle grade book that you are excited about. And I'm actually going to be reading The Magician's House, The Steps Up the Chimney by William Corlett. This is the first book in a series. My friend Claudia actually sent this to me. It's one of her favorite series from when she was younger, and I think it's still one of her favorite series now. And I am just really looking forward to reading this. I don't really know too much about what it's about, but there's I think there's a magician's house, obviously, by the title, and I'm sure the kids get into some mischief, and there's magic, and I don't know, might be some Narnia vibes, which I am always down for. Okay, everybody, so that is my TBR for the Middle Grade Magic readathon. It was really hard narrowing it down. Let me know if you guys are participating in the readathon and something that you're going to be reading for it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you soon with another video, and I hope you love the next book you read. Bye!